We have seen superheroes movies such as The Avengers or Captain America, but let's face it, any of the characters we see in those movies have such powers in real life. That's why today we're counting down 10 people with amazing powers and abilities. I guess normal people would be afraid of sleeping next to a lion. Well, that is not the case for Kevin Richardson, who has the incredible ability of, how can I say it, make felines love him. Believe it or not, he can sleep next to a lion without suffering any risk of being attacked at all. I don't know if this should be considered as a power or not, but I can say for sure that this is an incredible and unique ability. Ben Underwood is known as the kid of the sonar vision. He had a surgery when he was 3 because of cancer was found in his system, and for that reason he ended up being a blind kid. But as hard as it sounds to believe, Ben can ride a bike, play basketball, or walk normally in the streets without the necessity of a guide dog. This is due to the fact that he has developed an incredible ability to listen to every single detail around him, which allows him to know what he is doing all the time. Doesn't matter anything you are doing, do not be near this man with any iron device, if you don't want to lose it. Toulin Liu is known as the Magnet Man, and well, it doesn't need an explanation to make you know what this Time Man can do, but to make it short, I'll just say he can make any iron thing to be attached to his body and do not fall. Would you like to have more time to do your homework? Maybe to finish that job your mom wanted you to do? But all you want to do is sleep, right? Well, that is not a problem for Hai Nog, who is a man who haven't slept in more than 30 years. He said he couldn't sleep anymore after he had a fever in 1973. It must feel awful not being able to sleep, but for this man it seems normal. Or well, he maybe just got accustomed, it's been 30 years anyway. Can you imagine not having to feel any pain for the rest of your life? I wish I could have had that power when I got my wisdom teeth removed, and I bet there are some women who would kill for having that power before they are going to give birth. Anyway, we are talking about Tim Greenland, who is better known as the King of Torture, because of his strange ability that doesn't allow him to feel pain. When he found out he had this ability, he decided to do shows where he would pierce his throat and eat swords. For Michael Lotito, having to eat was never a problem. In fact, if he ever had an economic crisis where he had no money to eat, probably the only thing he needed to do was to grab a piece of his bed and eat it. It sounds weird, but real. Michael Lotito is known for eating pretty much everything, from bikes to chairs. His ability became well known in 2005 when he started to do shows. When I was at school, I was lazy to study courses, and I wasn't interested at all. And when I had to do an exam, my only choice was to copy from the guy sitting next to me. That wouldn't have been a problem if I would have had the amazing ability of Marilu Henner, who is an American actress with the ability of remember everything. It is known as a disease named hyperthymesia, which besides of letting you remember basically everything you see, it also lets you remember events from the past. For example, if you ask me what I had for lunch yesterday, I would probably tell you that I have no idea. But if you ask someone who suffers of hyperthymesia, that person will not only be able to tell you what she or he ate that day, but also at what time, what kind of plate was used to serve the food, how many minutes did it take to this person to finish the dish, and many more details. Ma Qiangan is a man who can touch any electricity cable and being able to survive. It's just unbelievable how some people have incredible powers or abilities like this, but as we all know, powers like this are discovered by accident, and Qiangan is not the exception. He said his TV was not working properly, so he checked it out and suddenly touched a PL cable. For normal people, it would have meant a house full of relatives wearing black clothes and remembering good stories about the deceased, but for Qiangan, it meant nothing. In fact, he decided to touch the PL cable again just in case, and that is how he discovered his ability. We already talked about good memories today, but there is another case that deserves to be in this list, and as similar as it sounds to the hyperthymesia case, this case has a little factor that makes it a little different. Anyway, let's talk about Steven Wiltshire, who can remember anything he sees and draw it within minutes. Well, it depends on how big is the thing he's drawing. He has made draws of whole cities by just looking at them for very few minutes. Wim Hof is the man who, well, it seems he is invulnerable to the cold, and has been proving it by swimming in frozen lakes and being completely buried on ice. He is known as the Iceman for German people, and he says his ability is a product of meditation. After some researchers ran some tests on Wim, they found out he is able to control the cold he feels. In few words, he can control the cold he's gonna feel by just thinking about it. So tell me, YouTube, if you had to choose between any superpower, which one would it be? If you like this video, please subscribe, share and give it a thumbs up. Also, do not forget you can write your comments below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.